Have you ever had one of those ideas that would truly change the world? And then 6 months later, you see an ad for that product or a Kickstarter campaign using your idea. Well, today I'm going to share one thing that's holding you back from achieving all of your dreams. I'm Drew Davis, and it's 239 days till my 50th birthday. And between now and then, I'm on a mission to see more people living out their God-given dreams. Back in 2009, I had a dream to serve the hurting and the hopeless in my community. The problem was I honestly had no clue, no idea how to start. I had a degree in accounting, not social work. I had a full-time job and a full-time family. No experience of what life was like living in poverty. I was ill-equipped, ill-prepared. For so many of you, you have this dream, but you lack the skills, or you lack the time, or you lack the resources. So you put that dream over on a shelf. But here's the truth. There will never be perfect conditions for you to chase your dreams. So what did I do? I stepped into the ocean, scared to death of failure, scared of rejection, and scared of what my successful friends would say. For me, I chose a community, sacrificed a Saturday morning of my personal time, and started by knocking on the door and asking how I could help. And I never will forget that first door. Mr. Williams answered. He was in his 90s. And when I told him I was there to serve the community, but the only thing I had to offer were my willingness to learn and my physical strength. Genesis 12:1 starts that same way. God tells Abraham, leave your country, your people, and your father's household, and go to the land I will show you. There's no clear direction there. And there will never be a perfect time. You'll never have all it takes. You will never know everything you need to know. Even after all these years, I don't know everything or have all the resources. I spent 2 hours that day sitting on a couch with Mr. Williams in his home, listening to him teach me about his community. In our humility, people are willing to teach. The resources will show up. This January marks 14 years since I made that step and knocked on Mr. Williams' door. And while Mr. Williams is no longer with us, the wisdom he poured out on me has impacted over 500,000 people just this year alone because of how that influence works. All God expects when he pours out his dream on us is to show up. The resources, the skills you need, that can all be learned along the way. It's never going to be perfect. In Genesis 12:2, Abraham was told he would be the father of a great nation. Yet he died only with one heir to fulfill that promise. But today, none of us can overlook the fact that Abraham's obedience has resulted in his descendants and a world that has been changed forever. What can happen if you put all the excuses aside? Step into the ocean that's your God-given dream. Maybe you're the next Elon Musk, changing the auto industry or putting rockets on Mars. Or maybe God's looking at you to be the next Mother Teresa, to serve the hurting and the hopeless in your community. One thing I can tell you for sure is that if you allow all the fears to stop you today, it isn't you who will lose out. It's the entire world that will miss out on the impact you could have made.